mean, there should be something new now and then. Otherwise, the people and the students will feel really bored about, because you have
Definitely.
to be there 5 years. So you must do something or the other every now and then to
Yeah.
make the most of those 5 years. I mean, not just fun wise, because even if you're doing fun activities or you're playing some sport, you're eventually learning something in management. Most fascinating things about the B schools is the fest, the college fest that happened, where people from
Right.
different colleges come and take part in those extracurricular and cultural activities. So me and my friends, I mean, we were sitting in our hostel room, we were just chit-chatting that, yeah, I mean, everybody's doing it, why can't we do it? So it was an idea curated in the hostel room.
So, one thing that really, I guess, in a way, stood out for me about you was your stint with as a TA in psychology, right? Because it is so different from everything else you've done, and I'm pretty sure it has really added to you as a person, professionally, as an individual. So can you talk about that? That was really interesting to me.
See, I'll tell you one thing. I mean, what according to you is required when you are handling a team or when you enter corporate? What are the two things that really help you?
I guess
Any idea?
if I were to think, it would be organization skills, right? I guess that would be one
Sort
of
of.
them.
So it's the
Yeah.
culture and the people.
Right. Right.
Right. I mean, anybody can be trained, right? If
Hmm.
you come and join corporate, or any random person comes and joins corporate, I mean, and they want to do something specific, they want to get into research, or they want to get into product management or project management or sales. So we have a set of processes that are supposed to be followed. We have the script, we have the key people involved there. You just have to follow those. But how can you grow in a team is by understanding the culture of the organization, by being a part of that organization and being culture drivers of a
Right.
particular organization, and understanding the people. So the reason, I mean, it was so I was offered a TA position or an RA position with the statistics professor as well. So I had a couple of options. I thought statistics is something which I've already done. I'm good with
Hmm.
numbers, I'm good with statistics. So I thought, if I'm doing that, and being a TA means you have to mark the papers for your
Hmm.
fellow classmates. You have to go and fill up the shoes of the professor if he's not there. You have to take a couple of refresher sessions. So I thought, I've already done that. I know it, and I'm not going to learn anything out of it. With psychology, what best thing was, I learned psychometric testing.
Hmm.
I learned the various testing scores which are there. I mean, one was the leadership test, then 16PF was there as a psychometric test. So I know the scoring keys, what are the different aspects which we measure a person's psychology. So now, if you ask me how is it helping me right now, is when I have to judge my team for their appraisals. I mean, I would not only go by the numbers which they are doing or the input which they are putting in. I would also go like a 360-degree review of theirs, so that how are they with their peers, how are they with their managers, with their subordinates, with their juniors. Are they able to conduct well in the team? Are they arrogant enough that they don't really give a damn about the other person? Or anything related to psychology, emotional intelligence, which is really important.
It is really
So
important. Yeah.
if a person is, their EQ is not up to the mark, then probably they cannot succeed. They can succeed to a
Hmm.
level, but to be emotionally stable in all situations, I mean, you come down to me and you're like, okay, are you sure chasing a target of 1 million this month, and you're only at $10,000? How are you going to achieve it? So you have to be really stable in that time, right? That all right, if not right now, then probably I have this pipeline, I have to build up on this pipeline, I have the past lead, I have the current leads coming in. So you have to make a plan, so at least you'll achieve somewhere in that particular time frame. Other than, I mean, there is another group which will be like, oh my god, I haven't been able to done that, I'm underachieving this week, I can't do it, and I'm really demotivated, and he'll be like, he would be stuck at that particular number, he would not be able to overachieve something or probably cross that particular number. So you cannot be hyperactive, you cannot be too dull, you have to be really stable. So those are the things I thought, okay, if I'm getting into this particular thing, I need to get something out of it. So I thought, why not a new skill? I mean, it's all about
Yeah.
skills in
Definitely. Yeah.
first century. If you don't have a lot of skills, then probably you will. I believe that you should be more of. I mean, if somebody asks me, so what have you done in your MBA? I tell them I've done a general MBA, because I had electives from finance, I had electives from marketing, I had electives from operations, I had a couple of electives from HR, which was organization behavior, then leadership, then a couple of more electives were there. So I wanted to understand all the aspects because I come from a business family, so I know the importance of knowing everything so that you can probably grow up your current business as well. Or probably if you're going into a corporate sector, you need to understand that, okay, I am not meant for this. I need to know everything, because when you're managing a team, you should be managing it like an entrepreneur. You cannot just go on that this is my task, I won't do anything apart from this. This is what is there in my KRA. So there's a new learning if you're doing other things as well. So that is the reason I went for psychology, and I was like, okay, psychology, sports management. It's like a good blend of everything which really helps you in life.
Right. And it really shows that it clearly benefited you. And I'm pretty sure it does to this day, right? And that's amazing. So we talked about some of the more like heavy stuff on campus that we talked about, all the benefits it's given you. Let's focus on some of the more informal stuff. Let's think about like the fun stuff, right? I would like to ask you, what is the most fun memory that you have of on campus?
See, the reason I came to Jindal was a really casual reason.
Right.
It was not studies, it was not academics. So my current wife, who was my then girlfriend,
right.
So we were dating for the last 10 years, when then we got married in Feb last year. So she was studying law.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. So she was studying law there. She joined in 2013. So I was like, okay. So I had a 96, 97 percentile in CAT. I could have gone to any college. I mean, apart from the ABC, I could have got any other A category, what we were talking about initially, college. But I thought, okay, she's there. So let's just take a risk. Let's go there. Let's have some fun in the next 2 years and enjoy the campus life. So we were in school together. We thought, okay, let's go and enjoy the college life together, because I thought, why not try this? I mean, it's all in the movies and everything. So
yeah, of course.
I thought, okay, let's go for it. So I went there. It was a pretty good move, I would say. And so apart from this, I never focused on jobs and everything initially. So I was like, okay, we'll just go to campus, have fun for 2 years, come back. But then when I joined Jindal, the opportunities I got there, and that actually inclined me towards a career which I chose for myself. I was not of the category who would take anything that comes across their way. I had that clear in my mind that if not this organization, then probably I won't sit for the interviews or something like that, because I never wanted to get into I always wanted to get into research, not anything else. Because if you get into research and product initially, you understand what is there. Then I inclined towards sales, because I knew that, okay, research I've done, I know the knowledge, I know the industry now, I have done all my groundwork, and now I'm ready to scale up into the front end role. So that's how I got inclined towards Jindal first, and then towards the career which I chose myself.
Right. That's brilliant, and it's so. I mean, it came so naturally, right? And this is something that even I myself look forward to be very honest with you.
Yeah, because see, in Jindal there are a lot of activities that are happening, offline activities which were there in our time. I mean, it was a fun campus, 24/7, 365 days. I mean,
right.
you can do a lot of fun there. It was a huge campus. It is, I'm sure. And we could just go out anytime, because we were the MBA batch. So we had the gate. We never had the gate pass thing. We could just step out of the college whenever we wanted, and obviously before 10 o'clock. And we could just go out. We did not require any permissions, and most of us had our vehicles there. We used to park somewhere here and there, which was not allowed though. But we used to use the faculty parking in Tulip. We would park our car there. One of my friend's car.
Right.
So what happened? You were talking about the informal thing. What happened was, I would always park my car in Tulip. I never took the risk to park it outside, no matter what time we were coming in, no matter what condition we were coming in.
I don't blame you, by the way.
Huh?
I said I don't blame you, by the way.
Yeah.
I would park inside as well.
Yeah. So no matter what condition we were in. I mean, so if you're talking informally right now, so we would park our vehicle in Tulip. I specifically, one of my friends, he was too in other state to park it somewhere else. So he was like, I will park it outside the college itself. So he parked this car outside the college, and next day we come out, we were like, let's go see the condition of the car. The car was standing on wheels. Somebody had taken all 4 tires of his, and it was they had kept those bricks on place the tires and they had left it like that. So I told him that please don't. So for students who are getting their own vehicle, please park it in a safe position. Do not park it outside the college.
I'm gonna remember that story just to tell people when they try to park
Yeah,
outside.
see, the tires are not too. The tires are expensive, so
Right, of course.
appropriate for